Board. We will start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I have the intro. Hello. Welcome to...
We're not restarting.
Definitely not.
We Bombastic Few. I'm Daniel.
Believe it or not.
The person introducing the podcast, main host Bit, is dead, so we're not going to make it. Brent is going to go not first, because Lindsay doesn't always go last. Lindsay, what do you got?
Do I still typically go last? I don't really remember. You guys are the one that notice it. Hi, I be Lindsay, your favorite of the non-hosts.
Wait, were we the ones that... I thought you pointed it out.
No, it was Brent.
Oh, it was Brent?
Well, someone pointed it out to me, I think.
Well, someone pointed it out to me.
Well, someone pointed it out to...
You saved the best
Lindsay,
for
this
last.
is where you say someone
Brent.
pointed it out to me, and then we're like, oh, it was probably the manager.
Someone did point out to me as
No,
Brent, who is not the
If
manager.
we're killing main host, we're definitely killing manager joke. Honestly, that one wasn't even funny.
Neither was the main host one.
The manager
I
was
laughed
funny.
like 2 times.
The
at
manager
main
was
host.
funny because we could blame anything on the manager.
Yeah, I still
Like-
like the manager bit.
Yeah, the manager is a great element to our podcast.
It's a great
If
co-
anything
I mean,
goes wrong,
obviously
he's like,
the manager
we'll get back to you
exists.
because it was because of the manager or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a fallback guy, kind of. A fall guy, not fallback
Wow.
guy.
Exposing all the podcast secrets in the intro because we're not redoing it.
Yep.
Brent, would you like to do your intro? I kind of talked over you.
What up? I'm Brent. I'm here. for
He's
a
not
podcast.
happy.
I took a test today, and it was so stupid, right? Because
Yeah,
you needed to very first problem. First off, teacher wasn't there, and so there was a TA there, and the TA wasn't even like a part of. She didn't TA for that class, so she knew nothing about robotics. Very first question, impossible to solve. And you can't, the teacher's not there, the TA doesn't know. And so I just have to sit there questioning how I can make 13 squared plus 26 squared plus 13 squared plus 1 squared equal 1. I'll give you a hint, you can't.
Just throw some binary at it, and then
No, you like
every digit
there
will
was-
be a 1 or not or a 0. So then there you go. Robotics.
Even still, that's more than a single 1, and that cannot be normal. It is so dumb. Whatever. I'm here though, even though I'm upset. Never take Introduction to Robotics.
Okay.
Is the lesson of my story.
I'll remember that advice next time I'm thinking of taking Introduction to Robotics.
I feel like
Well, it's more so a PSA to all those.
I feel like Brent just yeeted the icebreaker from you, Daniel.
Yeah, he kind of did. Wow. I still want an icebreaker. What was my icebreaker? Oh, yeah, because I spoiled it early.
Well, yeah, we already talked about it. So
Nintendo
What's
Direct.
today's segments?
Today is Thursday, so Nintendo Direct is happening right now.
Right now,
I think.
yeah, we're missing out.
I don't know what's happening in it, but the one thing I did see is that there's a Super Mario Bros. Movie, and they didn't make the Mario voice actor the voice of Mario. They made Chris Pratt the voice of Mario, and I'm not necessarily okay. Like you know, Chris Pratt's a really good actor and everything. Also, does anyone know if it's like live action or not?
I mean, you're the one who brought it up to us.
2 people.
Like literally a
You're the
minute and a
one.
half before
You
we
said
hit
that
record.
It's happening right now.
Yeah. And like I said before we started
We don't
recording,
operate
I
for the
literally think
live
this is going to be
audience.
garbage. Like anytime they try to make a movie about a video game, or even the back when they made a show for Super Mario Bros. Was utter
I was just
garbage.
gonna say I remember the show only because it had a pun every single Toad would make a pun every single episode.
If you're
and
implying-
that's the only bit I remember.
Lindsay, if you're implying that the Super Mario Brothers Super Show is bad, we're gonna beef.
Me Bombastic 1, ladies and gentlemen.
We're beefing.
Coming back.
All right. So,
We should keep a tally how many times we.
Anyways,
solo podcast.
any
how many
movie
times we
about a
bring
game
back
is
Me
bad.
Bombastic 1, and how many times we bring back Blockbuster?
Yeah. And I'm the main host. Haha.
LOL.
Will Smith. What?
Yeah,
They should
yeah,
have
come
Will
on.
Smith voice Waluigi.
I don't know.
Wha-
I think I see him as more of a Toad.
That would actually be hilarious. I would love to see
Will Smith as
having-
Toad. It just works, right?
Okay, but who would
It absolutely does.
who would you cast as Bowser though?
Who would I cast? as Bowser?
Jack
J.K.
Black.
Simmons.
It's a. Wait, never mind. I was gonna say it's a shame Alan Rickman isn't alive. Which it would be funny if he were the voice of Bowser, but it wouldn't work well.
Who's Alan Rickman again?
Snape, or
Ah.
like the villain in all your favorite movies
Mark Hamill.
as Bowser.
He
He's
does
still-
a lot of
He's
voice acting.
Yeah, he's got a pretty big voice acting record.
Dude, you know who should
I think
voice
the-
Peach? What's the name of that one person? And she voices like a lot of iconic cartoon characters. Like,
Scarlett Johansson.
I don't think so. It's like
Marilyn
the
Monroe?
girl in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. It's like one of the Powder Puff Girls.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby? Is that her name? Hold on.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown?
No, that's not who it is. That's something completely different. That's
Okay.
freaking Stranger
That's Stranger Things.
Oh.
I'm just listing off every female.
I
actor
don't know
now.
who you're talking about.
Actress.
Yeah,
but
if anyone
Isla
knows who I'm
Fisher.
talking about. But iconic voice actress
Celine Dion.
could totally do Peach. Celine Dion. Yes.
Rihanna.
She's still doing the My Heart Will Go
Ariana
On
Grande.
product line, so definitely still check that out.
They did not pay us enough for 2 episodes, so
our-
we're
Our
cutting
code
that.
still works, by the way, for the lawn company. Where were we? Icebreaker. Done.
I think we fleshed that out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I never really intended for you to like say it was an icebreaker. It's I think calling it an icebreaker kind of ruins the effect.
It's a mini segment, all right?
the ice was already. You can't unbreak ice, Brent.
Aha.
You can make it awkward though.
All right, whatever.
What are today's segments?
Today's segments are. I was trying to think of a better way to transition after I already played off that. Didn't work. Today's segments are boyfriend evaluation, a hypothetical, because what is a podcast without a hypothetical, and segment C, which when we're making the agendas, we write segment A, segment B, segment C, and then we figure out what we're doing. I changed it to segment C, SEA, and then in parentheses put Shark Week. And I just
Because
thought
he's
someone was going to
hilarious.
say, "Stop being dumb, Daniel. You're making this the most unproductive planning session ever." Like they say to everything else I do. But everyone just rolled with it. And then they're like, "All right, let's do the episode." I said, "Wait, what about my segment?" And
Yeah, it was your segment, and you wrote that down, so we assumed you had something.
I didn't have anything. I was just making a fun on segment C. So, yeah, we definitely have something special planned in store for that. Not winging it. The bombastic word is choir. Quire. And choir means formerly 24 sheets of paper.
It formally means 24 sheets of paper. Daniel wasn't paying attention for that part of planning.
I zoned out for a while.
For an hour.
But
Yeah.
like you can look it up, and technically, it can mean like 25 sheets of paper, 4 sheets of paper, or 8 like leaves of a manuscript. There are a bunch of different amounts of paper, but it always represents paper. So, some amount of paper.
Wow. It was crazy.
I know it's a
when,
lot to zerts right now, but you'll understand.
It was crazy how everyone was like looting for toilet choir. Am I right? Like a year ago, was it? A year and a half. It worked. First segment. Lindsay, what do you
I don't know.
got for
I'll
us?
count it.
All right. As promised, as teased, you guys got a teaser trailer last week. It's now time for the real thing.
Holy cow.
We're going to put Brent and Daniel head to head in a competition / evaluation to
Which I'll
find
win.
out.
Do you want to introduce the contestants? Like what? Like pretend we're on a game show, and it's like today's episode we have 2 spry young men. First one's from
Fill in the blank.
We'll cut that part
Alberta.
Okay.
Canada.
Sure. In this corner of the ring, we have Daniel. Daniel is a diabetic, and he is from somewhere within the globe.
Wow.
And in this corner, we have Brent. Now, Brent likes Superman, and that's a defining trait of his. And he is from somewhere outside of the globe.
Ooh.
All right.
I got the mysterious angle.
So I was born in a basement and Brent wasn't.
Maybe. Okay. I've got a few questions for you. First one is, I'll give it to Daniel first. Why are you interested in being my boyfriend?
Why is anyone interested in being your boyfriend, Lindsay? I mean, look at all of your great qualities. You're on a podcast. You are friends with the main host. You know the manager. Funny. That smile that all our viewers know and love.
Yeah, let me look at that. I don't know. He's kind of smiling in the picture.
Yeah. Shout out to all the viewers who know us as our stick figure representations.
Okay, well...
And most of all, I get to spend every day across the We Bombastic Few desk looking at your beautiful face.
Well,
Every day. 1 day a week.
the first 90% of your answer was lackluster, but you started to catch my attention near the end. Let's see if Brent can counter that. Why are you interested, Brent, in being my boyfriend?
I'm definitely not here for the game show's $5,000 prize, because that would be ridiculous. Well, obviously, just look at yourself. Your backwards hat, your dot eyes, the little curl of your smile, on your T-Rex arms, how one foot is slightly oddly shaped when compared to your other foot. You're just a picture of beauty.
Wow, that was poetry.
Well, Brent, it started to seem like you were making fun of your potential boyfriend. And you guys both are going to lose points for focusing mainly on the physical. All right, question number 2 to Brent first. Do you pick your nose?
No. Because this is recorded. And
We got a lie from Brent. And Daniel, do you pick your nose?
100% absolutely. I'm a total slob.
All right, I appreciate the honesty. All right. Let's see if we can get that honesty continued on to this next question. Daniel, do you wash your hands after you pee?
Do I wash my hands after I pee? Let me answer that question with another
with
question.
a riddle.
Who doesn't wash their hands after they pee? I mean, come on, what kind of a person do you think I am?
Let's hear it directly.
I do wash my hands after I pee.
Every time?
Yeah.
Brent.
Unless I'm like camping.
Yeah.
I'm possibly the best I'm the best washing hand washer you'll ever meet. Like, literally, if I leave the house and come back in, I wash my hands. I wash my hands.
He's the best hand washer we've ever seen. Absolutely tremendous.
Give it up,
Exactly.
ladies and gentlemen. All right, interesting. You
Is
guys are
like
both
Trump
pretty.
hosting this game show or something.
Was that a good Trump impression?
Catch me at my Celebrity Impressions Act every
that should be
Friday
a
at
segment.
7. Celebrity Impressions.
Yeah. I don't think I could do any impressions.
It doesn't have to be good. You just have to.
You gotta do it
figure out something
confidently.
they say. Yeah.
All right, next question. If we were to start dating, if you were to become my boyfriend, how often would you require me to see you?
Who's that directed at?
Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Sure, Daniel.
How often would I require you to see me?
Yes.
Well, no.
Or prefer.
I mean, it's fine. Like, you can do whatever you want, I guess. It's fine. I'm not mad, LOL. Just go be with your friends. I don't know. Maybe we can hang, play on the Switch a bit.
Interesting.
Go-
I'm confused
for a
on
walk
why you
outside.
did LOL and then did laugh. Like if that was over text or.
There was the LOL and then there was the ha ha ha.
Okay, no hostility between the contestants, please.
There will always be hostility between
Until the
contestants.
end. You guys can fight over at the end. All right, Brent, how about you?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about seeing you because you're always there in my dreams.
Yeah.
I'd say 32 hours of every 64-hour period.
Interesting. So half the time. Okay. Explain how you see your/our potential life in 10 years with one sentence, Brent.
With one sentence?
Yes. Big house.
You heard it here first, folks.
Big house, lots of kids running around.
Okay.
There you go.
Interesting. Daniel, you get 3 sentences to explain how you see your life in 10 years.
Wow.
Or our life.
That'd be interesting if the game show, like, the fan favorite got more.
Wow.
It's, like, weighted.
It's not your turn to speak, Brent.
Yeah, you're wasting my sentences. I've already used 2 telling you about how you're wasting my sentences.
So now he just has 1. Thanks to you,
Yeah.
Brent.
So now he's back down to 1.
Bigger house.
More children.
More children running around.
Quicker.
Quicker. With
Running faster.
with malice.
Oh. Is that the end of your sentence?
Yes.
Right. Interesting. All right. I'll give this one back to Brent first. Describe where you would take me on our first date if you're lucky enough to win this game.
The Shark Museum. Because I know how much you love the sea.
Okay,
Daniel.
so a little
Daniel.
notification just pops up my side tangent, but another Discord chat I'm in, like the little notifications popping on my screen, and one of them said that Charlie Day is voicing Luigi, and I think that works pretty well. I think that's a good casting option. Anyways, first date. I don't know. We could go down to the creek or like explore the sewers or something. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Charlie Day now. But yeah. we'll go
You
explore
were
the sewers.
winning this and now you're thinking about another guy?
You know.
He can't be tied down. He's too much of a wild heart.
I'm the wanderer.
The
So-
wanderer can't commit.
I'm gonna need about 2 seconds to process the answers and decide.
No, you're
Can we
making
can
a
we
choice.
find
You're
out
not
who
even
the
gonna like.
audience favorite is?
We're not even gonna like cut to commercial break or anything, or just wow, what a game show! No suspense,
Straight to
like
the point.
instant
It's
gratification.
efficient. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
wow.
What were you initially saying, Brent?
I was gonna ask if we can find out who the audience favorite is.
Vote now
The-
on your
like
phones.
The favored.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Chime in.
Check the tweets.
Yeah,
Uh,
let us know on social media who you want to win before you listen to the next part. We know how active all of you are at interacting
the
with
social
us there.
medias. Yeah. I decided that neither of you guys are a good fit for me, so you guys both lose and no one goes home with.
I decided it'd be best if we just stayed friends.
Yeah.
Podcast.
It's not you,
hosts
it's
together.
me.
I just don't think I'm ready for that level of commitment, even though I had you apply.
Right, you sound very familiar with this dialogue.
What? No.
Dang.
You can drive to Mexico? That's the bombastic quote, by the way. Because we're transitioning. So, hypothetical time. Because what's a podcast without a hypothetical? Fabergé eggs, right? You remember them, maybe. So, it's the 1800s. And the height of imperialism. Fabergé eggs. Some English dude came upon a couple Fabergé eggs. It's like, hot dang, look at these eggs. They're pretty neat. And so, in order to gain favor with the surrounding countries, he gives one Fabergé egg to each country at the time. And they just kind of sat there in the country's vaults because they didn't know what to do with them. It was just a pretty looking egg. Come to find out, 1912, these eggs hatched. And inside each of these eggs was a titan, a Godzilla-esque creature, so like a giant monster that represents the heart of each country. And so now, in order to be a country, you must protect your Titan or Godzilla. I'm going to refer to them as Titans, but they're Godzilla-esque creatures. And so you need to, like, for your country to stay a country, you need to protect this Titan, and to take over another country, you need to capture their Titan, / maybe have your Titan eat their Titan. And then that country is absorbed into your country. And so that's the only way to claim land anymore.
Okay, so I think we first need to establish what the Titan of USA represents or resembles.
Is it every country, or is it like more regional, like North America?
By North America, do you mean like the continent?
Yeah. Is it like there's the North American Godzilla or Titan or whatever?
No, it's per country.
Per
so
country.
Each country.
Okay.
I feel like our Titan.
Technically,
I feel
there
like
were only.
Is the Vatican City's Titan God?
No.
Okay.
So, like, technically, since this the eggs were handed out in the 1800s,
I feel like ours either has to be a bald eagle or Uncle Sam.
Honestly, that's a good idea. What if we just made a giant version of whatever the nations... Does every nation have a...
Well, I don't want to do that because I like
animal?
Godzilla. I like Godzilla because, like, that does represent... Like, Japan uses that as a symbol in... like a lot of ways, doesn't it? So like, like they promote it in different ways. Like not necessarily it gets political all the time, but I think it's interesting because they enjoy it and use it to represent their nation in movies or whatever or something like that. I don't know, but
I will say their national animal is the green pheasant. Japan.
So
dude, imagine a giant green pheasant though. That'd be pretty scary.
I don't even know exactly what a green. Yeah, it's just a green bird, sure enough.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I know about pheasants is the ones you can get in RuneScape. So,
intriguing.
Yeah, using them as tools and whatnot. If I remember right. Are those called pheasants? I don't remember. It's been a while
If
since
you
I
look
booted
up
RuneScape.
Japan national animal, though, on Google, under images, one of the suggested things that you can then click on, like, you know how they have the topics in the top section? One of them is Godzilla. So... I think Godzilla could be the national animal of Japan in some way.
The national fictional animal.
Yeah.
Quote unquote fictional.
Yeah, because they're
Are
being covered up.
Are there any other
also,
nations we should...
egg, I don't even remember if I said this, but I'm pretty sure I did, but the eggs hatched, the Titans were in the eggs. I feel like I said that, but I realize I might not have.
Do we need to establish the specifics of the appearance of any other Titan?
What do you mean?
Like, United States is either going to be an eagle or Uncle Sam. And...
I like just a guy in a pinstripe American flag suit.
with a tall top hat.
A very tall top hat. Could it be Paul Bunyan? We have Paul
Dude,
Bunyan
yeah,
as our
Paul
Titan.
Bunyan is totally our Titan.
Is that American? Is that not Canadian? Like the folktale or whatever?
I think it's an American folktale. If not, I'm commandeering it as American.
Yeah, we claimed it. Well, no, so that'll be our first act, is taking over Canada's Titan, which may or may not be Paul Bunyan. So I think the primary thing
And then Canada's is
how
a
would you go
giant
about-
like ent-like maple tree.
Ooh.
And America's is Paul Bunyan. So that's
Like
an
a
easy
tree
that's an
person.
easy win.
Honestly, what if the hypothetical was just what would each of the titans of the countries be?
I feel like we could do a little bit of each though.
Australia. It's got to be a kangaroo, a platypus, or like a spider.
I was thinking koala.
I guess.
Like it's just it's just a giant bear that only eats eucalyptus trees, even though it's poisonous to them.
But how does that relate to a titan?
It's just big.
Well, okay, yeah. So then what if it's just the bear? Because Russia's national animal is a bear, and so I feel like Russia gets a bear.
Russia can get a bear. I think I'm switching to kangaroo for Australia. As funny as koala is.
Kangaroos are intense.
They can be scary.
China, panda bear. I don't know. I default to bear.
You could do bear.
Yeah.
You could do another fictional thing like a dragon, or you could do whatever like the year of blank is. I forget what this year is.
Year of the rooster. I don't know if that's
the koi, like a koi fish or a dragon or
Koi is Japanese, isn't it?
No, carp. Carp is what I was thinking of. Isn't that like a Chinese legend where like the carp made it up the waterfall first, and so it was like granted dragon status, basically. That's not anything. It's an Eastern Asian. It's an Eastern Asian legend. Then it's like what Magikarp to Gyarados is based off of.
Does that mean you're like allowed in dragon clubs as a fish?
Yes.
Like, oh, I'm dragon status. Don't worry. It's like, you can't come in here. This is a dragon club. You're a fish. And it's like, don't worry, I've got dragon status.
It's like Imagine Dragons. I don't know. For some reason, dragon status made me think Imagine Dragons
is America's Titan. The band.
Does that make Justin Bieber the Canadian Titan?
I think so. And then, I don't know, any other famous people, singers.
What was the other Chinese animal I was thinking of? Never mind. I think I'm thinking of another country. Never mind. I was thinking like water buffalo. I don't know where they're from though.
Me neither.
Who has like a great white shark? Because I almost want to say Australia again.
Yeah, Australia apparently is well known for having sharks.
That makes sense in my head. I don't know. It's hard. There's like not too many countries that have like very unique
like symbols
things that I know about.
Yeah, that the key.
I'm sure every country has like things. The Pope is obviously the Vatican City Titan.
Yep, checks out.
Italy is a giant plate of spaghetti.
Pizza.
Oh. Yeah.
We were on the same page, but
I'm not upset.
It's a giant head of garlic.
A sentient giant head of garlic.
Giant sentient head of garlic, and it throws tomatoes at you.
Is England's like it's either the Queen or like the London Eye or like Big Ben.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a rabbit just because of Watership Down.
We could do that too. Ireland is Mel Gibson. That's their Titan.
Why'd you go Mel Gibson and not William Wallace? And why was William Wallace in an egg? Why was Mel Gibson in an egg? Why was Big Ben in an egg?
All right, how does Braveheart change with the knowledge that William Wallace / Mel Gibson was actually a Titan?
It makes the whole story a lot less realistic. How did they lose?
Well, it was for one thing, it was filmed all in like perspective tricks, right? So like William Wallace was like super far away from the camera the entire time, while everyone else was just really close to it. In order to like, it was for the size difference.
Yeah,
that's how it was filmed. You can find that in like the director's cut if you watch it.
Yeah, in the I already forgot the guy's name who did Justice League. Doesn't matter.
Snyder cut.
Yeah, it's a Snyder cut.
it's in the Snyder. Zack Snyder is America's Titan.
America has too many Titans.
Yeah.
Who has the Teen Titans?
Surprisingly, no one.
Wow.
They were unclaimed. Their copyright ran out. Are there any other countries of note?
What would Mexico be?
This is really
Let's evaluate
testing
every other
my
country.
like cultural knowledge, and I'm failing. Mexico gets a chupacabra.
That's
fair.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Can Nepal get a Yeti?
Yeah, I had to think where Nepal is in like the Himalayas, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Jamaica gets Usain Bolt.
I'd really like to know who came up with the rules for these Titans here.
Yeah. You say Bolt didn't come out of an egg just now.
That's why he's so fast, is because one
he came out of
stride
an
length
egg.
for him. But no, it's because one stride length is like 1,000 feet. And then what Brazil? I feel like Brazil's just like a bird of some kind. What
I feel like
bird
there's
is-
definitely something.
What's
I was
the
just
Rio
thinking about
bird?
that. Like Brazil definitely has something iconic I'm not thinking of.
Well, what's the bird in Rio? The blue one.
Like a macaw or a
Yeah, that's
parrot?
what
Yeah. That seems like a Titan. What is it? Antarctica, I guess, is penguins.
Is that big statue of Jesus in Rio?
Yes.
Dude, what if
Um,
like that's just like the case that this show was incubating in, and then just
Egypt has a
a
sphinx.
giant blue macaw just
Ooh.
comes out of I forget statue.
What's like Anubis, the like
Ooh.
Yeah.
dog-headed
Yeah, that's a
Humanoid dog.
Egyptian mythology is super fascinating. It was like the only part of like Western history that I was into. I was like, yo, Egypt's kind of cool. Anyways, I vote Sphinx for Egypt.
Right. So, sports.
How are sports affected? Well, obviously.
No. Olympics get changed to Titans competing.
Ooh, that's it.
There's different brackets. There's the Titans competing, and then like the Titans like select their athletes that get sent to the Olympics. You have to meet the Titans standards.
What events would you do? Because like it feels like, for example, it's like travel or something. Is like whichever country has a flying creature is gonna win. Like what event? I guess you do a fight, but then
Well,
if
you'd have
your
sporting
country
events.
loses, then like
But cheating is allowed, so you
lose.
can like interfere with your opponents.
how so?
I don't know, like if the bird's gonna win, then Godzilla just like whacks it out of the air.
Yeah, but if the bird's defeated, then that country loses country status and gets absorbed by the other country.
No,
So,
they're at a
Olymp-
truce.
Olympics
They're
are
just-
Wait.
they're just
very
allowed
So
to.
high stakes.
there's no longer. It is literally the Olympics because it's the last one that happens, and one country just takes over with their Titan.
Yeah,
That's how
It's-
world domination is settled. Just, our Titans are gonna compete. Whoever comes out on top, just wins.
Do you think like the president is replaced by the Titan? Like
if it's Paul Bunyan?
entire
Yes.
Yeah, if the Titan can communicate, then yes.
But does it really have to communicate to be president?
Where do you need diplomacy with a Titan? Like, what are you gonna say to a Titan? I feel like they just kind of win interactions.
They just win arguments. And who's gonna run against Godzilla in an election?
I'm just picturing Godzilla in a tie.
What? All right, who could produce a tie that large? It's a large tie. Or do you
Gucci.
think it's a bunch of tiny ties that are tied together?
Wow.
No pun intended.
Deep.
Quick side note. You know how I made the joke that they should cast Jack Black as Bowser? They totally did.
Oh, word. I didn't even hear you say that.
I 100% said that. Okay, sorry.
That is a good choice. Wow.
I like how we're going back to the entire episode's basically just about this Mario movie.
It's just a fascinating cultural marvel. It's gonna be the movie of the century.
This is a live react to Mario.
Live react
title,
released.
Is it Untitled?
3
Mario
days after the
movie?
reaction.
Perfect. We're on it.
We did it. Speaking of on it, smooth transition.
Activate. Lindsay, I choose you.
Have you ever okay, no, I was trying to call it something to make it funny.
I was trying to.
It'll be funny by itself. All right. I have found myself using a lot of paper lately, and to be honest, I have a problem with it. Pretty frequently, I and others have cut themselves using paper, which hurts more than stepping on a Lego. But we aren't here to talk about Lego. We are here to talk about liquid paper. Liquid paper is an invention brought to us by Brent himself, who is paying me to advertise this. With liquid paper, we no longer need to worry about bleeding out ever again while handling paper. Thank you, Brent, for supporting this podcast. Use code TREE ? Bombastic Few at checkout at Brent's website today.
That website is www.realdomain.com. Once again, www.realdomain.com. We unfortunately, since I just found out about my company, we don't have a large line of products right now.
They are working on a collab with the company that brought you Warm Ice, though, to make warm ice paper.
Warm ice paper. Well, yeah, we're still having legal issues, though. We're trying to decide if we want to call it warm ice paper or ice warm.
Icy warm.
Choir.
Yeah.
All right, move on.
Yeah. So, segment C. The segment where we talk about the sea. I'm prepared. Here's some weird facts about sharks. Did you know? So if you had to think about it, like, what does a shark use more than anything?
Its nose.
Its nose. Lindsay, what do you think?
Fun fact: that's its propulsion method within water.
That's right. I think that's right. So what are the things sharks do? They swim, they eat, they have talks about philosophy, but they eat, and so they use their teeth a lot. So you'd think their teeth get damaged, but they're actually like completely covered in fluoride, and they're completely cavity resistant. And since they also like are basically fairly often
pause. They're completely cavity resistant.
They are cavity resistant because they're covered in fluoride, and their enamel is made up of a chemical that I'm going to attempt to pronounce called fluoroapatite, which is resistant to acid produced by bacteria. That, along with the fact that sharks are like, you know how they like get rid of their teeth and grow new ones like several times throughout their life.
Mm-hmm.
So like those factors combined means like their teeth are like pretty much always in good condition.
Can we harness shark technology to in our toothpaste?
I can see it now. The new infomercial is the new toothpaste brought to you by scientists who discovered the way that sharks preserve their teeth.
Who discovered sharks. Now you may think that a scientist who discovered sharks is in no way qualified to design a toothbrush, but you'd be wrong.
9 out of 10 marine biologists approve of this toothpaste.
Also, fun. So if you had to guess, because like the statistic that any other statistic about death is compared to is death by shark attack. Do you guys know how many deaths by shark attack there are each year on average?
2.
All right.
5.
2 is his guess. 5's his guess. 10 is the total.
Oh, my second guess was
Which-
37.
That's a second guess. Anyway, and then so this is from aims.gov.australia, AU, and there are 150 deaths worldwide caused by falling coconuts. So
It's-
15 times more deadly than a shark. But my question is always, is this like coconut farmers or is this vacationers? Like, how are so many people dying from coconuts?
Quick question. Is that Australian Institute of Marine Science?
Yes.
I'm so good at guessing games. Okay.
I was gonna be like, I don't know, and then I realized it said AIMS hyphen the Australian Institute of Marine Science. And I was like, oh well.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
I feel-
Anyway, so who are all these? Do you guys know anyone who's died by a coconut?
No, I feel like it's gotta be like just people carelessly wandering because I feel like.
But 150? No. I would accept that if it was like 30. But 150 people, there's no way it's just people
But
randomly
like just like
wandering.
farming is like I think farming has become so innovative, like on the most cases that I have a hard time imagining that coconut farming would be like
Automated?
advanced to,
Well,
to
like,
some extent
a
that you don't have
coconut-
to do it fully manually.
A coconut falling from a tree is like, I don't know if it's a guaranteed fatality, but it's like really high rate. If a coconut falls on your head, you die. And if you think about like how many places in the world are coconut trees like basically everywhere, like within a certain range of about the equator, or is it more coastal areas? Do you guys know?
No.
Either way, there's like a lot of landmass that can grow coconut trees natively. So if you think about it, like you could just be walking by down the street and you happen to walk under a coconut tree, and a coconut happens to fall, and you're toast.
Yeah, but my thing is like they have right moment, right time. But the more I think about it, I guess lounging under a coconut tree is a common thing. And so
Yeah, you could just be
like,
kicked
I
up
ima-
against it. Like,
Yeah.
just leaning on it, chilling.
Because that's a lot of thing in like commercial is the media killing people by advertising
Yeah,
tropical vacations leaning against a coconut tree.
It's actually not like the figures have gone up since visual media. It's actually one of the most fatal acting positions. Way over, you have to hire a stuntman to cast these
for a picture
tropical
for-
vacation ads.
I'm looking up. I looked up like where they're indigenous to, and all I have is a map of like where they originated and then where they went to. Which it seems like they originated in like Indonesia, and I think India, and then they were just transported around the world for being like grown. All these figures are so small though. But yeah, so it very much looks like they originated in Indonesia, and
Interesting.
then they were just spread to coastal areas where I imagine they thrive. Anyway, that's a lot of people dying by coconut. So I guess I'm willing to accept that just lounging underneath a coconut
Or maybe
tree is the cause.
Maybe,
But that's
like-
still 150 is so many. Do you think maybe can you not receive medical aid quick enough? Like, what death by coconut? Is it just instantaneous death, or what is the actual cause of death? Is just
I mean,
blunt force?
I would think blunt force is the cause of death.
I mean,
and
I
then
think
even if
potentially-
it doesn't, like
probably
depending
internal
on where you
bleeding.
are, like who's gonna find you when you're unconscious by a tree? Like there are a lot of places you can get hit by a coconut and just you don't get found until you're already dead. Let's talk about something less grim.
Like sharks.
Like sharks.
So, also, jumping topics. There's a movie I found. I googled shark movies to talk about. Of course, we can talk about Shark Tale with Will Smith, a absolute classic. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. But I haven't seen this one, and it's got a stellar rating of 2.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Apparently, International Movie Database base.
That's what I was gonna guess.
Planet of the Sharks, which I'm a big fan of Planet of the Apes, but in this one, it's just sharks.
I don't know if any shark media will ever top what Sharknado did culturally.
Still haven't seen it.
I mean,
it would not be
actually,
hard.
okay, scratch that. Shark Week will always be the peak of shark media as a culture. But
Lindsay, I know
Shark,
you have, but-
the Sharknado series was a phenomenon that I doubt ever gets knocked off second place.
Have you seen the Megalodon, Daniel?
The Megalodon.
The one that's called The Bag.
I've seen a couple
yeah,
bad
Jason Statham.
sci-fi movies that involve a Megalodon.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say there are a lot of like direct-to-TV movies on the Sci-Fi Channel about megalodons, but there was a big budget.
Was that
Megalodon
the
movie. That's
Jason
also really good.
Statham one?
Yes. Yeah. We watched it in theater together.
Yeah, I remember. I just didn't remember
Oh.
who the actor was.
You know, I think I saw part of that movie. I don't know
It's
when I watched it,
Th-
though.
This is now a shark movie recommendation thing. Obviously, the Jaws films, all good. I like the second one. It like probably plot or no, I think it's actually the third one. Plot wise, it's not that great, but it's got Dennis Quaid in it, and I really like Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, I know who that is, and I like him too.
I'm definitely not looking him up right now.
Yeah.
He's Inner Space, Enemy Mine.
Oh wait,
Ah,
Enemy Mine is a movie I've seen a long time
Seriously?
ago.
Parent Trap.
Yeah.
The Day After
Oh yeah,
Tomorrow.
Parent Trap. That was a big one of his.
I can't remember where I know him from.
You know what shark movie I've always wanted to watch but never did? Sharktopus. The hybrid of a shark and an octopus.
I
Where, like,
love
they-
the direct-to-TV sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
I used to
Especially
watch
the
those
ones where
all
they
the
just-
time in high school. It's just quality
That-
content.
You got like Sharktopus, there's three-headed shark, there's sand sharks, the five-headed shark.
Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark.
Oh,
Anyone?
absolute classic.
Yeah.
Avalanche sharks, what? Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I feel like I saw one, and it was like
Swamp shark.
a shark combined with an alligator. Oh, well,
Sharkagator? I don't actually know if
Dude.
that's the name of it, but
I definitely saw a movie. It
Um,
was like a shark head on like another body, or something like that.
well, the Sharktopus is a shark on an octopus.
Maybe a shark or raptor. It was like
Shark.
I'm-
That's
I was-
terrifying.
Yeah.
A raptor and a shark.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Does it dwell in water or land, or is it amphibious?
Dude, I don't know. There's probably so many direct-to-TV sci-fi movies at this point, it would be hard for me to find. And I almost feel like I'm remembering the combined animals wrong. It might not have been a shark at all. Oh, this is gonna bother me.
Oh,
I'm gonna
dang.
look it up later.
All right, PSA time. South Africa was the first country who initiated the protection of great whites. They use colorful flags for shark warnings. The colors mean green is spotting conditions are good and no sharks have been spotted. Black is no sharks have been spotted but visibility is poor. Red is be on alert, a shark was spotted nearby or recently. White, a shark has been spotted at the beach, leave the water.
Aren't those the colors of South Africa's flag?
That's a question that I have no idea the answer to.
Pretty sure it is. Also, great white is officially South Africa's titan.
I'll buy it. That works. That and the flags have a shark on them,
Really?
by the way.
Oh, the flag, not the country's flag. The
Oh,
the
no,
color flag.
no,
Okay.
yeah. I thought you were being sarcastic. It's like, oh, really? The shark spotting flags have a shark on them.
Yeah,
How original.
Oh, okay, so the South African flag is black, yellow, green, white, red, and blue.
That's a lot of color. How do they have so many colors? Because at least the idea of way back in the day was you'd be able to make a version of your flag with just like the materials you had on hand.
Okay, so
Feels like-
let me see if I can describe it to you and you can picture it. All right, picture the letter Y.
Instead of me googling
Instead
it
of you
right now.
googling it, picture the
All
letter
right.
Y. All right,
I'm picturing the letter Y.
it's green. Turn it sideways
it's
so that the
Which
points are
way?
in the corner.
Clockwise or counterclockwise? What degrees?
Turn it counterclockwise.
Am I using the right-hand
90
rule?
degrees. Yes.
Counterclockwise 90. Got
So
it.
the left two corners are like the points of the Y, and then the other end is
Yeah.
in the middle. Yeah.
I already
All
knew
right.
that because you said perfect instructions of counterclockwise 90 degrees.
All right. So the top of the Y.
What's the top now?
Okay. In between the two like prongs. of the
Mobile
Y,
coordinate system top or base coordinate system top?
The part that makes a triangle has a yellow outline next to the Y.
Okay.
And then inside that outline is black all the way to the edge. So green Y, yellow outline, black triangle. All right. Then you have the two other corners. The Y is surrounded by a white outline on both of those. And then the top area has red and the bottom area has blue.
It has so many things going on. I'd love to know you know what? Screw it. We got enough time. At end of the episode, what's the meaning of the South African flag? Like, why'd they choose those colors? What's it represent? Why is there a Y on it?
Is this what you pictured when I described it to you? I sent a picture in the Discord.
Actually, that was a pretty good, like, yes and no. I pictured a smaller Y as the issue.
I said it touched the corners and the edge.
Well,
Oh,
I
like not as
didn't-
thick. Not as thick. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, you actually did describe it very well.
Wow.
Um,
I'm also good at charades and Pictionary.
oh yeah.
Not just guessing games. Yeah.
Do you know I've played Pictionary before with people who had never heard of you're supposed to do how many words, how many syllables, first word, and then like sounds like they didn't know those hand motions, which or to go along with that. One time I was playing Pictionary and the what I was supposed to, or picture I keep saying charades.
Yeah.
And what I was supposed to act out was a fat man eating an oatmeal raisin cookie while working out.
But that came
I
out
felt
of
like that was
the
against the
charades
rules.
box, or someone made that.
That was out of the charades box. That's a standard one that you can find in any charades package.
Shocking.
Wow.
Shocking and appalling.
The
Do you guys want to hear more shark facts? Are we squaring away? I
Well,
can
I'm
probably
trying to
find one more.
I'm trying to find out why the flag is there's an official description of the South African flag. Let's see how you compare. So number one, the national flag is rectangular. It is 1.5 times as long as it
Wait,
is wide.
hang on a minute. Are there any national flags that aren't rectangular?
I think so.
What? Oh, like maybe. Oh, I was gonna say maybe square, but square is still rectangular.
Because I want to say there's like Nepal is the only national flag that is non-quadrilateral in shape.
It always comes back to Nepal.
Oh yeah, because they've got all right. It's so it take a triangle like an isosceles or just like a right angle triangle, right? And then if you were to duplicate it and then take the duplicated one and shift it up almost to the point, but it's not quite all the way to the top. So the left side
So it's like
is
two triangles
flat
with a little bit of
yeah,
overlap.
and it's got two points on the right side.
And 1 point on top.
Nepal, always a rule breaker.
Yeah.
What's Nepal's? Oh no, it was a Yeti, wasn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 2, it is black, gold, green, white, chili red, and blue. Number 3, it has a green Y-shaped band that is 1/5 as wide as the flag. The center line of the band start in the top and bottom corners next to the flag post, converge in the center of the flag, and continue horizontally to the middle of the free edge. Number 4, the green band is edged above and below in white and towards the flag post end in gold. Each edging is 1/15 as wide as the flag. Number 5, the triangle next to the flag post is black. And number 6, the upper horizontal band is chili red and the lower horizontal band is blue. These bands are each 1/3 as wide as the flag. So without proportions,
I could have described it in that much detail if I felt like it. Yeah.
So the choice of the new flag was part of the negotiation process set in motion when Nelson Mandela was released from prison in 1990.
Wow.
Part of I always find that interesting when the flags are a result of just like a competition. It's like, hey, draw a flag. Received more than 7,000 designs. Adopted in 1994. Doesn't really say like what it represents on Wikipedia, but
That's okay.
Yeah,
I like
and
the
there
way
you
it
go.
looks.
it's a nice looking flag. Big fan.
right,
Not
well,
enough stars for my taste, but
One more
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
one more shark fact for the road before we wrap up here. The skin of female sharks is much thicker than that of a male because males bite during mating.
How much thicker?
It just says much thicker. Source right now is an article I found on livescience.com. So, very.
So we thinking
real
like 5 times thicker?
probably
50 times?
It probably takes up probably the first like epidermal layer takes up a third more space, and then there's another layer on either side that's a 15th of the outer layer, and then
With a thin rectangular...
oh yeah, and one skin cell is rectangular.
I like it. Lindsay, take us home.
And that's it, folks. You got your
All right, have a
still
bombastic
you
week.
you got your yearly dose of shark info. Wait, is it actually Shark Week, or did he just give it that title?
Absolutely
Hey,
not. July
no.
16th was Shark Week.
Okay.
You said July 16th.
Yeah, so you got your more than annual need of shark information. You got yourself a introduction to the world's titans, and you got to find out who wanted to be my boyfriend, and they both did, and both of them were disappointed.
Lindsay's a heartbreaker.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm a teaser. Go ahead and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow on the socials. Next week we will be bringing back the Qualgorithm,
For episode 4.
episode 4 of season 3.
Qualgorithm.
Subsection 1.
Yeah,
Article 2.
Brent, what's your final thoughts?
I don't have much. Shout out to Mom. Thank you everyone for listening. And we would very much like some ideas thrown at us for what you want to hear us talk about.
Planning the episodes has become more and more of a struggle every time.
Like you wouldn't think we've only, I guess, what is this now? 20,
you would
27,
think
28 episodes?
You would think we filled many choirs with ideas, but
Yeah.
in reality, that's kind of true. But a lot of our ideas aren't very good.
And not viable.
Not
But,
viable. It's more like it, yes.
But yeah, I just want to say thanks for listening. From a special thanks from Brent. And what was my company's name? I don't remember.
There wasn't one.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
An
you should get on
Untitled
that,
company.
Brent.
I should really do that.
People aren't gonna buy
kinda
from the Untitled company.
Why the heck did I have to sponsor this episode of all episodes?
You should have planned that
shit.
better, Brent.
Yeah, I really should have. One of the segments was literally just C.
I thought it went well.
Yeah, honestly,
Considering.
highlight of the episode.
Episode title, flags,
Segment C.
sharks, and I
I don't know. We do too many
And,
lists
uh,
for
and
episode title
Titans.
names. I like just segment C.
Segment C.
Spelled out
C.
SEEEEE.
It's got to be some kind of pun with C in it.
Well, it's already a pun. Like, well, all right. This is a discussion for after the podcast. Daniel, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts. I just realized that me scrolling my mouse wheel back and forth is picking up on Audacity, which is what we use to record audio.
Don't give them our secrets.
I mean, it's not what we use to record our audio. We use.
It's what he uses to record his scroll wheel audio.
Yeah, just to make sure my scroll wheel's not too loud.
No, we totally use Anchor to record.
Yeah, thank you, Anchor. You heard us advertising for him at the
Did
beginning.
we say
That
Audacity? We meant Anchor.
we meant Anchor.
I'll just take the audio clip of you saying Anchor and just insert.
Yeah.
I'll keep the A of Audacity and I'll just insert Anchor.
And with that, folks,
Anchor.
have a bombastic week.